40 laps, $250,000. The finale of the BillionAuto.com Huset's High Bank Nationals presented by Menards is underway.
Into corner number 1. Down low, Buddy Kofoid up high. Bill Baylog. Baylog ahead by half a car length as they reach corner number 3.
He'll lead off of turn number 4. The first lap belongs to the North Pole Nightmare. Trouble off of turn 4. Everyone collects it up. Tyler Courtney was all sorts of sideways. May have had contact between he and another car.
Gravel to the inside in 3 and 4 again. Unable to gain much ground on that number 23 car. Out of shape in turn number 2. It's the 41 of Carson Macedo, and he'll slow to a stop, bringing us under caution for the first time.
34 laps to go in the BillionAuto.com Huset's High Bank Nationals. Bill Baylog picks up the pace. Green flag waves. This one's back underway. Buddy Kofoid stays right with your leader, and here comes Sheldon.
Hodenshield to the inside of Kofoid. 3-car battle for the lead out of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Sheldon right behind the 83 of Buddy Kofoid, and Bill Baylog not able to put a lot of distance between himself and the rest of the field.
Kofoid works the bottom, this time off of turn number 2. Big drive from the Roth Motorsports car number 83. He'll try to work the inside of the Speedway on the other end. Sheldon, however, has the run down there.
Kofoid getting closer once again. Heavy traffic now right in front of the North Pole Nightmare. Cars battling for position side by side, and Baylog trying to figure out which line is the best to get by all of them.
Business decisions in play for Bill Baylog, and I don't know what choice he can make right here. Buddy Kofoid goes to the bottom. That was the right answer. Buddy Kofoid to the lead, but the yellow lights are going to blink on around Huset Speedway. Brian Brown into 21 off the pace, the cause of the caution flag. It waves over the speedway, and Brown makes a left-hand turn into the Gunderson Racing pit area.
We come back to green. Down the front stretch, Sheldon Hodenshield to the inside of Kofoid, looking for second. Can he make it stick out of turn number 2? He cannot, but he's still right on the back bumper of the 83.
Here comes Kofoid to the inside of Baylog. Couldn't make that move work. The 2 of David Gravel just moved into the front 4, but we've got trouble on the front straightaway.
Brad Sweet upside down on the front stretch. Red flag conditions at Huset's. Sweet quickly out of the car and walking away. A look at the Dirt Vision replay from the camera in turn number 1. You see Sweet getting into the wall and then tumbling end over end.
Back into green flag action. Things dicey right away as we head to turn number 1. Here comes Buddy Kofoid looking for the lead, and he's got it as they exit turn number 2.
Buddy Kofoid, now your leaders. Bill Baylog had a little bit of a moment on the cushion in turns 1 and 2. Kofoid crossing the line on lap 17 as the race leader.
Baylog in the second spot, but Sheldon Hodenshield looks to his inside. Got to the tail tank. Now the switch lines down into turn number 3. Side by side for the 4th spot. David Gravel gets by the 23 of Williamson.
David Gravel up to 4th. Sheldon Hodenshield working on Bill Baylog. Buddy Kofoid pulling away slightly, but the caution flag waves again for a car slowing on the top side. In turn number 4, it's Hunter Schurenberg in the 55.
Back to green, Buddy Kofoid. The control car brings us off of turn number 4. Sheldon Hodenshield to the inside of Bill Baylog. We're side by side for the second spot, racing into 1.
Baylog on the cushion. Sheldon gets the left wheels up on the inside berm. Baylog now trying to slam the door in the race for second into turns 3 and 4.
David Gravel with a run on the high side. He's right there with the top 3 as well. Tyler Courtney just outside the top 5. Trying to break into it, charging after the 23 of Williamson.
Garrett Williamson jumps up to the cushion in 1 and 2. He's got a little bit of a run on David Gravel. Makes the move to the inside. Slides up the racetrack. Gravel crosses back underneath him. Garrett Williamson 4th as they cross the line, and then Gravel reclaims it into corner number 1.
Baylog had a run, but then got tight on the cushion. Big move here from Kofoid. He will clear the 21H of Brady Bacon, but at the same time, the yellow lights are coming on around the speedway.
The right rear tire gone on the Vermeer Motorsports 55V of Kerry Madsen. Buddy Kofoid on the throttle to bring the field beside the cone on the front straightaway. Good restart by Kofoid as Baylog tries to keep pace. Meanwhile, David Gravel coming after Sheldon Hodenshield as they race into corner number 3. Buddy Kofoid into turn 1, right on the cushion out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. For the second time this week, it's a 6-figure paycheck for last year's World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year. Buddy Kofoid wins the High Bank Nationals. Bill Balog second, Sheldon Hanschild third, Karen Williamson fourth, and Logan Schuhart into the 5th spot on the final lap. As Buddy Kofoid begins the ascent to the top of the wing, your BillionAuto.com High Bank Nationals presented by Menards feature winner Buddy Kofoid.
I'm at a loss of words and out of breath. That track was not what I thought it would be, with the cushion being that choppy and that low. And I thought the bottom would be good early, like the first few laps, and Bill circled me right away. And he's been so good here, and to go up against him and beat him here is special. And against everyone here, I feel like we had every good sprint car driver in the country here, so to beat all of them is just an incredible feeling. I don't know what to say. Dylan is so incredible at what he does that I'm so lucky I don't have to race against him, and I'm so lucky to have him in my corner. And he's been the best thing that's ever happened in my racing career. And of course, Nate and John do an outstanding job. And Mobil 1 and Toyota I've been with them now for 6 years, and they've changed my life for forever and for the good. And of course, Dennis and Teresa Roth, Todd Ventura and Andy Graves have been obviously major components in this deal, and I can't thank them enough for just believing in me. And being from California and moving to the Midwest to run midgets and then back to sprint cars, just to go on the Outlaw Tour with another California car is really humbling to me. And to do it with really good friends of mine and partners that I wouldn't want with anyone else, and that have been with me forever and been loyal to me, I can't thank them enough. Just kind of out of breath, and early on wasn't really sure if I'd have my moment. I passed him, and the yellow came out, and the track was starting to get more defined, I feel like, and I was like, man, I don't know if I'll have that chance again. And just had a really good restart and was able to tow around the outside and build up speed. As he was coming up the hill, I was able to get to the bottom before he was able to get there, and was able to get back to the top and just log laps, but lappers didn't make it easy. And I was kind of relieved to see that yellow with 3 to go, and just have a single file restart, with a lap count that wouldn't allow you to get to lappers is a little bit of a breath of fresh air, but you still got to do your job. And man, I don't know. I said earlier in the week, if you can't win them both, you don't win the first one, and now we won both of them, and I still didn't really expect that.
I know it's a cliche question, but $350,000 in feature winnings, you're gonna have some cash to spend. You buying a house? You buying a fancy sports car? What are you doing with that?
Thankfully, I've been with great people and drove great cars that have allowed me to make some money in my time. And already, I'm lucky enough to own a house and own a car that I've wanted for a while. So I think this time it's just going to go in the bank, or maybe it's time to invest something.
For live coverage of every World of Outlaws event and for extended on-demand race content, visit dirtvision.com. For full race results, features, and series news, visit worldofoutlaws.com.